Hey, good Saturday morning.
Good morning. Good morning.
And it is Saturday, January 11th. Had to look at the calendar.
Is it really the 11th already?
Yeah, January 11th, 2025.
Wow.
So it is the CCI radio show, Sam C and Bobby D. And we are here for your Saturday viewing pleasure. Your favorite weekend duo is back again. So thank you so much for tuning in. And
I can't believe it's halfway.
I know.
Almost. Halfway.
Already, right?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, man. And we are sponsored by Vibrant Souls Health and Wellness. You can follow Vibrant Souls on Instagram, and you can email Vibrant Souls at vibrantsouls@gmail.com. And it's going to be a great day today. It is already, I think, 19 degrees.
Oh, my gosh.
Outside right now. A little blustery.
Yeah.
Actually, it looks like the sun's trying to come out.
Yeah, it does.
A little bit.
It's trying.
Trying to. Just a little bit.
Trying. Yeah.
But,
I think it's trying.
Yeah. So we do have a guest that should be on the way in just a matter of, whenever they can get here.
Absolutely.
But in the meantime, we are globally connected and connecting the world for 13 years and counting. The CCI radio show begins in just a matter of moments, so stay tuned. All right. And welcome back to the show. We are glad that you are here. And if this is your first time, welcome aboard. Good morning, Donetta.
Good morning.
And how is it out your way today? Is it snowy? Is it blustery? Is it cold? I mean, like I said, it's about 19 degrees here right now, here in the Steel City.
Alexa, current temperature?
Right now, it's 22 degrees Fahrenheit.
Oh, okay. Thank you.
You are so very welcome. Happy Saturday.
Gee whiz.
All right, so I stand corrected. It is 22 degrees now here in the Steel City.
3 points higher.
3 points higher. So, yeah, what do you think about that?
I think that's pretty good. Now we're having a heat wave. I'm feeling so hot.
I know, right?
I'm feeling just terribly hot. And
Oh,
my watch is click, click, click. Well, I'm doing this click, 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 click.
Man, well, yeah, like I said, we are so happy that you guys are here today. And like I said, if this is your first time, welcome aboard. I'm Sam C. This is Bobby D. We are your favorite weekend duo back at it again for this Saturday. And 13 years and counting for the show.
Not only 13 years in journalism.
Right. 13 years for the show. Okay.
We've got even more years for journalism, but we don't want to put all that on you right now. You can go to our website, check that out.
Found a little bit more about us on the website.
On the website.
Yep.
What's the website?
The website, it's pandemicpresspublishing.com. If you go to that website, it'll tell you everything you need to know about us and then some.
That's right. On the About Us page.
Yes. And the net is saying, hey, Coverage Cool Cats. And snowy. Yesterday was calm. Today, sun is out. Yeah, it looks
That's
like
good. It's trying to
peek out here, too.
It's trying.
Yeah. Trying to. Trying.
It's trying.
So, like I said, we do have a guest
working
on the way, working the way in, but that's okay because, we can just kind of jib and jab. We can talk for days.
Absolutely.
We've got a lot of stuff to talk about.
I've got something funny to discuss. The story I told you when I came home on Thursday.
Okay.
So, I work at a preschool in the morning, work in an after school program in the afternoon. And I have the youngest of children in the after school program. So I have the kindergartners, as well as first graders.
Mm-hmm.
And most of the time, I have all girls, so like 12 girls in the room and me. And like I always tell people, because people are, well, do you prefer just having all girls? Actually, it's nice to have a mix because God knew what he was doing when he made boy girl.
Right.
We ladies are a little more dramatic. The boys are a little more physical. We cancel each other out. All that nonsense, like if the boys want to rustle and do all that, then the girls are looking like, I'm not doing that. And they'll go and, color or do whatever. But then the girls want to be into that drama and, ow. It could be like this. Ow, he hit me. Like, no, I saw you touch him. And then he's looking like, I don't want to get involved with that. So God knew what he was doing.
Right.
And he made boy girl. Anyway, on Thursday, when we were in the room, the one of the other ladies, again, I won't mention names because I didn't ask if I could use their names, does all of our bulletin boards for the after school program. So our whole hall, all of our classrooms, she will, unless you say, no, thank you, I'll do it myself, but she will do all of the bulletin boards.
Mm-hmm.
So I have a bulletin board in my classroom, and instead of putting something for January up on the bulletin board, she put like one of those, I'm sure everybody knows, the Scholastic books, right? The Scholastic book orders, you used to get it in school. Oh my goodness, I get to get my favorite book, that kind of thing. But, Scholastic, especially in an election year, will bring out those those pictures where it has all of the presidents from George Washington to whomever is the current president, which of course is President Joe Biden.
Yes.
So the girls come walking in and they see this thing of all the presidents. They're looking, and it's actually very interesting because obviously I do not discuss politics with little children. There's a handful of people that I have discussed politics with, but normally I just don't. I just go around it, that kind of thing.
Sure.
But the parents are definitely talking about the election and about how they feel, and it is ending up on the children. So of course the children are expressing themselves, and I must say that it appears that most of the parents voted for Vice President Kamala Harris.
Mm-hmm.
And this is why I say this. One of my little girls in particular is biracial. Her mother is Caucasian and her father is Middle Eastern. And but I believe her mom might be a little something else as well. But of course you don't go, well, what are you? Some people are like that. I don't do that. I don't care what you are. Just be nice to me. I'm cool. You know what I mean? So the little girl says, well, did you want the girl to win? And I told her my thoughts. Yeah, I was very honest. And she says, well, I wanted the girl to win because she's mixed like me. My dad is brown and my mom is light, and that's how you get this color. And I said, okay. I said, I understand. I said, well, yes, Vice President Kamala Harris does look like you.
Right.
And she says, well, I didn't want Donald Trump to win. And I said, well, I understand there's a lot of people that do agree with you. And she then, she just really wanted to discuss this and really wanted to get this off of her chest.
Right.
So the teacher who put the poster up there said, Mrs. Cuppage, I could come in and I'll talk to the kids about the presidents. I said, okay. So of course, now I'm trying to I said, well, yes, please, when you get a moment. So I'm trying to kind of get her off of her disdain for Donald Trump. And I said, well, look right here. This one is President Bush, and he's the dad of this President Bush. I said, isn't that interesting? Two, like a father and a son. So then another child jumps in. Is there another group? Like, is there another father son on here? And when I was talking about that, then the teacher came in and wanted to talk about that, which was great. I was happy she pitched hit and jumped in there and talked about that. But the ladies weren't done. They weren't done. When the other teacher left, and I said, okay, very good. I said, okay, everybody come on. We're going to sit, have our snack. After snack, this is our routine. We already know what we're doing. Come on. So, go ahead, wash your hands, have your snack. Afterwards, you're going to play for a little bit. Then when my bell goes off, we have to clean up, and then we're going to do our craft. Okay. So in the midst of all of this, several now of the ladies have gathered around this poster. I'm like, oh boy. I'm like, no, everybody come over here. And so I said, well, why is this poster here? Oh my goodness. And I said, you see this president right here? I said, this is President Jimmy Carter. Mm-hmm. And I said, today was his funeral. And I said, maybe the teacher put it up because his funeral was today. He was a very respected man. He was very nice.
Right.
He wanted to help children, and he wanted to help all kinds of people, and he did. He said he was 100 years old, and he was the oldest living president, President Jimmy Carter. And they were very happy to hear that. However, yes, but wait, there's more. They, of course, now wanted to know what a funeral was. So I, talked about what a funeral was as much as I could for a 5, 6, and 7-year-old mind would understand. And then they were so focused on Donald Trump's picture on this poster that they all of them became angry. And I said, I don't want to talk about it anymore. And they all, and mind you, these children are between the ages of 5 and 7, started swatting and hitting the picture. Each little girl, all 12 of them, bop, bop. I'm like, okay, please stop doing that. Stop. And so they said, well, Mrs. Cubbage, he's so mean. And I just don't think that is right, that he gets to be the president.
Yeah.
And I said, I understand.
I agree with that.
I said, I understand. I absolutely understand what you're saying. And he said, well, he's just terrible. And he said, I said, I understand what you're saying. And I said, you have every right to feel that way. Of course you do. I said, but because you've seen him be mean, doesn't mean that we have to be mean.
Sure.
So we could be nicer, and maybe he will learn to be nicer. I said, I don't know. I said,
that'll be a dream.
I said, he's a bit older than Mrs. Cubbage. And I said, I believe both of his parents have passed. Mm-hmm. I said, so maybe his parents weren't nice. So maybe he didn't see from his parents that this is the way you're supposed to act. I said, maybe he had a teacher that wasn't nice.
True.
And maybe he learned how to be not nice from that teacher. I said, but this is what I want you to always remember, that when you were in Mrs. Cubbage's class, was Mrs. Cubbage nice to you? Yes. Was, even if Mrs. Cubbage was angry with you, I said, was she still nice to you? Was she fair to you? Yes. I said, does Mrs. Cubbage love you? Yes. And I said, thank you. I said, what I want you to do whenever you're not in my class, when you're too old to be in my class, I want you to take that love that you feel from Mrs. Cubbage and you spread it around. Spread it around to all your friends. spread it around to other people. Spread it around to people that aren't being nice to you. I said, because kindness is contagious. If you run into somebody like a Donald Trump, that's okay. Maybe if you're being kind, I said, you take that love from my heart to your heart and maybe spread it onto them, then maybe they too will be kind. And so they said, well, yeah, that's true. That's true. Yeah, you're right. Yeah. But he's still mean. I said, yeah, okay, sit down. Everybody sit down. Sit down. Sit down. Mrs. Cuppage's typical line. Sit down. Sit down.
Wow. That was a great story. You told me that the other day.
Thank you. Oh, but there's more. So after my little speech there, and we went on to do other things, my little one day maybe president Kamala Harris, my little one, maybe not the 60-year-old Kamala Harris. We don't know what she may do, but my little almost 7-year-old Kamala Harris, she comes to me and she has a little note, and she says, Mrs. Cuppage, she goes, when you get home tonight, she goes, I want you and Mr. Cuppage to discuss something. I said, you do?
Yeah.
And hold that thought. Let me, and she slides me a message.
You still have that?
I still have the message. Hold that thought.
Yeah. So Bobby is going to get a more or less a piece of paper that she had brought home the other day, and it was specifically for you, for me to discuss with her.
We needed to discuss. Oh, I'm sorry. Continue.
You want to show it?
Yes. So she slides it to me. She slides it under my clipboard, and she says, I want you and Mr. Cuppage to discuss this. And when I come back on Monday, I want to talk about it. Okay. Now, I didn't know what it was, and I was about to open it. No, don't open it now. Don't open it while the kids are here. Don't discuss it with the other teachers. It's okay. I want you to discuss it with Mr. Cuppage. So, absolutely, I'll do that. Well, of course, I showed the.
Needless to say,
I showed the other teachers. Of course, I showed the other teachers.
I was shocked by that.
Yes, but this little girl, who incidentally, I must say, is quite the. She's a beginning reader. She reads very well to be so young, and writes. Her handwriting is much better than mine, I must say. But then I said, okay, I will discuss whatever you have on the paper with Mr. Cuppage. Absolutely. So I get home and I said, Mr. Cuppage, our little friend wants me to discuss something with you. Really? Yeah. So I slid him the note. Would you like to show the note?
Yeah, sure.
Okay.
Yeah, so she slides me the note. I look and I'm like, wow. So hopefully you'll be able to see it.
Yeah,
I don't know how well you can see this.
Can you see it? Yeah.
So that's
what she wanted us to talk about. Discuss. Thank you, Jay. I have no idea what she wants us to say about it. So I guess because she's looking for some answers. I don't know what answers she's looking for, but this is what she wants us to discuss. So,
yeah. So there you go. So like Danetta said, that was our homework assignment.
That was I think, Danetta, I think that was our homework assignment because she gave the assignment, and I don't know, but she wants us to discuss that.
Yeah, well, we definitely did discuss it, and quite frankly, we're still discussing it.
I mean, I don't really.
There's really nothing else to discuss.
Yeah, well, it was interesting.
We did what she said.
Well, it was interesting because on that picture, the other teacher was saying that there were there's a short list of presidents who were what's the thing? A short list of presidents who have been who were the president and then defeated, so then skipped and then became the president again. So so this particular teacher says, well, he is his picture is going to be on here twice because he was the 45th president and now he's going to be the 47th president.
Right.
So of course the girls did not like that, and this teacher, like me, tried to deflect from the anger.
That's the problem.
Yeah,
well, deflecting.
No, we had to deflect from because they were very angry, dear. They were very, very angry.
I don't blame them.
And I mean, I felt really, really bad that they were so angry. But we had to do what we had to do to try to deflect. So, so the other teacher was like, well, this person was the whatever number president, and then someone else beat them, and then they did it again. So, so that was kind of like a nice little history lesson. And I said, oh, and can you also, I said, when you walked in, we were talking about who, the presidents who had sons also as president. So she kind of went over that, which was actually pretty cool. It was actually pretty cool because this, stuff you wouldn't think of. And then, like I said, we don't often discuss politics on here. Obviously, we try not to, but we do want to give a shout out and let President Carter's family know that we're certainly praying for them.
Yes,
I know that they are a Baptist. A Baptist family.
Boy, I'll tell you one thing. If that's something I didn't really know,
I knew that.
Wow, that's
why he was.
That was
my favorites.
Yeah, yeah.
But he did so much during his presidency, but he also did so much more after he left office, and I think that is just an amazing legacy to have.
Yeah.
And I love the fact that because don't get me to lie, but oftentimes, like if Sam were the president and I was the first lady,
like that'll happen.
Well, it's still good if you wanted to get into politics. You never know. If I were the first lady, usually I'm just saying, not that the presidents and their first ladies, I'm not saying that all of them haven't done something good or whatever, but they don't often do things together.
Right.
And what I really, really admired about the Carters was the fact that even in their older years, in their their twilight years, they still like I said to Sam, I'd come in one day from work, I was exhausted, I'd been at both places, I hadn't eaten much, I really don't eat much during the day anyway, had a few pretzels and whatever. Yeah, he really does. But I came home and kind of plopped on the couch, and then we're looking at footage of President Carter and Mrs. Carter, and they're elderly and little, folks start getting a little skinnier whenever they're older, so they're both all tiny, and he's lifting up the big piece of wood, hammering stuff in there, and I'm like, I should be ashamed of myself.
That made me feel lazy.
Yes, indeed. I know I'd been out all day with the children and doing stuff, but I just felt so lazy.
Hey, you're lucky you didn't see him lifting 400 pounds in the gym.
He might have been. You never know. You never know.
Let's see. Vanetta was asking a question there, which she didn't think I saw. And she
Uh-oh.
probably didn't think I was going to say it, but yeah, I'm not afraid to say it. I'll say it.
What you gonna
So
say?
her comment is, so no one drew devil horns on the picture asking for a friend. So you didn't think I was going to say that, did you? And then because she said the look on my face, reading her comment, wondering if I should read it. Well, I read it. So there you go. I saw it. I was just waiting for the right moment to actually interject that statement into the conversation. And then she said, President coverage has a nice ring to it.
There you go.
Yeah, I could live with that.
Or maybe she meant me.
Well, you know, you would be a better president to me because I would be the court jester. Like,
Silly.
make me laugh.
Silly.
I'll say the wrong joke and I get kicked out. And then a while back, she said, she was talking about the Crazy People Follow Us podcast, and she likes that. Yeah.
Thank you.
Speaking of the Crazy People Follow Us podcast,
I do have something else to say about the presidents. Whenever you're done with that.
If you want to jump, you can say.
I don't want you to forget.
Okay. Well, no, you can go ahead and say yours.
You'll remember.
Yeah.
Okay. But just really quickly, speaking of the presidents and stuff, the girls were angry and all that. So I got another hard question again that I earned my keep that day. I earned every penny that day. I earned it.
Mm-hmm.
The girls were looking, so they're looking like they're slapping number 45, slapping them. And then they start looking even closer at the pictures. They said, Mrs. Cubbage, I have a question. I'm like, oh boy. Like I don't have it anymore for any more questions. I can't right now. What is your question? Why aren't there any girls on this picture? Like, I said,
wow.
That's a good question. Good question. Good question. I said, well, unfortunately, when the girls have gone up against the boys,
mm-hmm.
Unfortunately, those girls did not win. Hopefully that would.
Wow.
And I said, I know it's not fair. They're technically 42. I can't remember how many doubled, made a double thing, but technically 40-ish, 42-ish men, I'll look it up while you're talking, have been president of these United States since its inception. And unfortunately, only 3, as far as I know, girls have tried to become president. As you know, Vice President Kamala Harris is the latest one who tried, and unfortunately did not win. Well, I don't think that's fair. I said, oh, honey, I agree. I don't think it's fair either. I don't think it's fair.
We can go on and on about that.
That's what I said. We could talk all day about that, but let's not do that. Let's not do that. I said, but as far as I know, there were 3 women that tried, and unfortunately, they did not win. Well, I think that a girl should be the president. And I said, I agree. There should be a turn for a girl. I absolutely agree.
Yeah.
Well, then another little girl that was listening to this, one of the ones that was also slapping the picture, comes sneaking up. She likes to slink up. So she slinks up to me and says, Mrs. Cubbage? I said, yes. And she says, I like it when the boys are in charge. I'm like, oh boy. I say, here we go. And so needless to say, all of the little girls kind of turn focus. What? I'm like, well, that's okay. I understand where you're coming from. You understand where you're coming from too. The girls are looking at me. I'm like, but I would like to see a girl too. Even just once. Just one time.
Wow.
Even just once. But
Wow.
that's okay. I earned my pay that day. Every penny of it.
I agree with it.
That's all I'm gonna say. That's all I'm gonna say.
And Danetta said you did the politically correct thing, Bobby, with your students on this subject matter.
Thank you. I had
And
to.
then she said, that young lady that gave y'all the homework assignment, I'm voting for her when she runs.
You got that right. You got that right. You know what, Danetta, let's hope that we still have our wits about us when and if she does. Let's hope she doesn't wait 50 years, but maybe 30 years.
Probably.
I might be on a cane by then, but that's okay. That's okay. I'll be on a cane. Maybe Mr. Cubbage will still be able to wheel me around.
Hold you up.
He's the young whippersnapper between the two of us. So hopefully he can keep me propped up and I can make it to the polls so I could vote for my little girl. I remember when her interest in politics started.
Yeah.
I was in my classroom.
Yeah.
Anyway, what you were saying about
so what I was going to talk about was the audio podcast that
yes.
Danetta had brought up about. Don't think I forgot about it. So Danetta was talking about the crazy.
You don't forget.
Well, sometimes I do. Well, Danetta was talking about the Crazy People Follow Us podcast. So yes, that was. We had a very crazy, and plus, for you guys that were listening, it was supposed to be on this past Sunday, but then I actually wasn't able to get it up until like Tuesday or Wednesday or something. We had some. The thing was recorded, but for some reason the Blog Talk site or whatever I wasn't able to download it because they said, our site's down. We're doing maintenance work. So,
which we figured they probably weren't
getting
doing
close to the
maintenance.
end of it.
They're about to shut down. It's the 20th, right? They were, or was it? No. Sorry, the 31st.
So, but we want to just kind of let you know that because that issue happened, we have, and Bobby and I talked about this. We've decided that Blog Talk is going to be the end of Blog Talk for us. So they are shutting down at the end of the month.
And we feel like they've already begun shutting things down slowly. So
we will officially right now part ways with Blog Talk as we speak. We want to say thank you for your years of having us do our shows on your platform. We really appreciate you. We wish you the best of luck. But moving forward, you will still have SoundCloud. You will still have Spotify. And then, there's some other links that the show gets posted on as well. But we're looking for probably one or two more platforms to kind of add to the fold so you can listen to it on different ones as well. So actually, the next audio podcast coming up is actually going to be Love Notes. So that is scheduled for tomorrow. We'll see. Yeah, actually, there is a way that I can do it. So it just depends on if I want to go one route or another route. But either way, I should be able to get that done for tomorrow for you because it is going to be a very good episode of Love Notes because I thought long and hard as to who musically I wanted to feature for this coming show. And I don't know about you, but I don't know how many Mint Condition fans are out there. But, Bobby and I love Mint Condition. So if you're a Mint Condition fan, then you will be, hopefully, well, at least some point tomorrow, you will be listening to the great sounds of Mint Condition. So it's a whole show dedicated to Mint Condition. So it's more or less kind of like the Legends series or whatnot. I just didn't make it. I just didn't call it that. But the music of Mint Condition for the upcoming episode of Love Notes. So stay tuned for that. The CCI Radio Show audio podcast. One more thing before I forget. Well, actually, I'm not going to forget because it's been on my mind, and we've been seeing it all week long and this morning on the news. The big game in Baltimore.
Oh, jeez. Yes.
Yes, the big game in Baltimore is tonight. It is playoff season for the Pittsburgh Steelers, who limp into the playoffs. And I'm going to say that again, who limp into the playoffs with 4 straight losses. And they are on the road tonight. They're going to play the Baltimore Ravens for a chance for the rights to, the playoffs and advancing, because, the road to the Super Bowl starts tonight with them. Well, for them, I should say. So good luck to our black and gold tonight. A lot of people don't feel confident about it. I'm kind of 50-50. I will give you a little tidbit. The Pittsburgh Steelers haven't won a playoff game since 2016. So the head coach, Mike Tomlin, is kind of under some pressure. The organization's under some scrutiny. And if they lose tonight, it's not going to be pretty in the Steel City. I look for some changes to happen after, because the thing is, tonight, whoever loses this game, your season is over completely.
Mm-hmm.
So we'll find out tonight. For those of you who in the Pittsburgh area and the Baltimore area, your game should be on one of your local channels. But if you're outside of the region, they are streaming the game on Amazon Prime. Why, I don't know. But Amazon Prime is actually the main spot for the game tonight, 8 p.m. Eastern time.
Really?
So we'll see what happens with that. And Danetta said we're going to be feisty like my late grandma Hardy.
Yes, we are. Yes, that is the plan.
She was thanking us for the information on that, probably referring to Blog Talk.
Yes. And so I was trying to, while you were talking about the Steelers,
while I was yapping,
I was trying to figure out, even just from my own mind, about how many presidents. How I said there was like 42 or something presidents, because there were some folks that had multiple whatever.
Mm-hmm.
They said 45 men have served in 46 presidencies. That kind of doesn't sound right.
No.
Because I don't know. So that's what I was. Not that I wasn't paying attention to what you were saying.
Well,
but
number one is sports.
Well, that's okay.
I know that whenever I start talking about sports, the viewership just kind of trails off.
No,
I can kind of tell. Everybody just goes, "Oh Lord, he's talking about sports again."
No. So. Well, listen to some interesting things really quick. See, I'm kind of on a presidential kick right now. The presidency of William Henry Harrison, who died 31 days after taking office in 1841, was the shortest in American history.
What?
Yes. I heard about him. Franklin D. Roosevelt served the longest, over 12 years, before dying in his 4th term in 1945. He's the only U.S. president to have served more than 2 terms. Since the ratification of the 22nd Amendment to the United States Constitution in 1951, no person may be elected president more than twice, thank goodness, and no one who has served more than 2 years of a term to which someone else was elected may be elected more than once.
Mm-hmm.
Now, 4 presidents have died in office of natural causes: William Henry Harrison, Zachary Taylor, Warren G. Harding, and Franklin D. Roosevelt. 4, I always thought there were 2 until I saw something on YouTube. YouTube gives you a lot of information. 4 were assassinated. Abraham Lincoln, of course, we always hear about that. James A. Garfield, that's one I didn't know about. William McKinley is another one I didn't know about. I didn't know he was assassinated. And, of course, JFK. And 1 resigned, which was Richard Nixon, facing impeachment and removal from office. And John Tyler was the first vice president to assume the presidency during a presidential term and set the precedent that a vice president who does so becomes the fully functioning president with their own administration.
Ah,
So that's pretty cool.
it is pretty cool.
Let me see, political fraction. Okay, Alexander Hamilton. Okay, officials such as Alexander Hamilton. Okay, the incumbent president is Joe Biden, who assumed office on January 20th, 2021. The president-elect is Donald Trump, who will assume office on January 20th, 2025, so just in a few weeks. Trump will be the second president after Cleveland to serve 2 non-consecutive terms as the 45th and 47th president. So it was President Cleveland. Okay, well then I guess that does make sense then, that there were 45 men who served in 46. I thought there was somebody else that did a twofer. Like I was the first and the third president. They voted me out for the second one. I don't know. But obviously, but I'm getting this from my favorite source, Wikipedia, and it's under, if you want to look it up yourself, because it is so much, there's so much on here. You could type in list of presidents of the United States.
Yep. and that way you'll be able to find out all the stuff about the presidency.
All the stuff. President Cleveland was the only one before. That's interesting. I thought there was somebody else. Okay, must do a deep dive into that, just for my own.
I could see what you'll be doing later.
Yes, just for my own sanity.
I won't.
Yeah, I know you won't. I know you won't.
But I will have to say the funeral. Going back to that funeral for President Carter, that was
beautiful.
It was, and very long, but very, very long, very good.
At least it wasn't like Aretha Franklin's funeral.
Oh man, her funeral took all day.
It was all day. It was 8 hours.
Yeah,
it was an 8-hour.
I was kind of wondering. I'm just sitting there thinking, okay, now how many people was going to show up? And there was a lot of people there, and I was like, this is gonna be a while. Now I figured, you know what? Probably when my first break hits, it should be over by the time I hit lunch. Yeah, it was.
Oh, was it?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Because they started just after my first break, so it was about 2.5 hours.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, very nice.
So yeah.
Well, that's good. That's good because the 8-10 hours of people sitting there and people are hungry and irritated. Now it's hanging this over yet. You don't want to appear disrespectful, but you're still alive, and so now you're hungry and want to eat, and you're tired and that kind of thing. So yeah, but it's good that it wasn't super long. I really liked his grandson, Jason.
I like him too.
Jason did
he was
a
the
great
one
job.
interviewed on GMA before.
Yes, he did a great job. He did a great eulogy. Several people did eulogies, which were awesome, and it was interesting because apparently, Jimmy Carter spoke to, he obviously were friends with people in the Senate at the time and this and that, other presidents and whatnot. And he asked, I believe it was President Ford, to write a eulogy for him. And Ford says, okay, but you have to do a favor for me. And he, oh, okay, sure. What? You write a eulogy for me and we'll see who is at whose funeral. Like, oh my gosh, guys, really? So they did that. Obviously, Carter was at Ford's funeral, read his eulogy, but I believe it was Gerald Ford. Gerald Ford's son read the eulogy that his father wrote for President Carter. And then he also asked Vice President Mondale to write a eulogy for him. And he said the same thing, as long as you write one for me, okay. And so obviously, again, President Carter was there for Mondale's funeral. So Mondale's son also got up and read the eulogy that his father would have given. So it was actually very nice. They did a lovely, lovely job. A
Yeah.
lovely job.
Yeah.
And we talked about how we thought that, that's the way you want to live your life. You don't want people, and I don't know if you noticed, if you watched it, I don't know if you watched it, but they threw a lot of shade toward 45.
They did.
A lot of shade.
They definitely did.
I know I would have been like, ooh, they are talking about me. you see him cut his eyes at me when he said decency and respect. You should do good things.
Yeah, I noticed that.
Man, like, whoa,
There was more than one person doing that.
Everybody did it. They all did it. They all did
it. And they kept aiming at one spot. I won't say that.
Right.
Danetta said that Aretha's funeral was a typical Black funeral. Some folks aren't used to that. Laugh all out. They just finished. And also, I agree with her. We do want to give our prayers out to everybody in California right now, because that is really a wild situation out there with these wildfires. And she said all her family, her family checked in is safe.
Yes.
So that's good.
The family that we do have in California also checked in as safe as well. Our guest, however, is also from California. So I'm assuming that's probably why we
haven't heard
anything.
Nor hair, nor but what's the word?
Hide nor hair.
Nor hide nor hair. So it could be very possible that could be in one of those. Maybe something may have happened.
Right. I'm
not really sure.
Yeah, I'm not really sure, because there are a lot of things that are like shutting down there, mostly for the safety of those that are there, but also trying to evacuate people out of these areas. So they could, she could have woken up and she probably tried to get on.
We don't even know if there was an issue.
Right, we don't know. So we haven't.
I'm sure we'll find out in due time.
Absolutely.
As far as that, but so since we have all this free time here, so how about we follow up on the contest.
Okay.
And this would be something really simple for you guys today. And she
Absolutely.
said, hope all is well with her, because they're going through it now. Could be a connection issue. Yeah, could be.
That's what I'm thinking. I'm thinking she's probably going crazy trying to get through to here. So,
Yeah, it could have been. So we are going to do How Well Do You Know Us? Again, so whoever wants to participate will get 10 more points out of this.
Okay.
And it's a simple question relating to this lady right here. At least I was just kind of jotting it down while you were talking. So.
Oh boy.
Yeah, you're going to love this one.
But how old was she when she started
talking?
I'll
show you first.
Oh, that's good. Okay, that's a good question.
Oh, got one.
That's a good questions about me, huh?
Yeah.
I don't even know about me, so hopefully somebody else does.
Let's see.
You know more about me than I do.
Okay.
Half the time, I don't even know.
So
I don't even know.
This should be an interesting question. So today's question for 10 points. No, it's not related to Prince. Sorry, Danetta.
It was a good try, though, Danetta.
Yeah. It's not always Prince,
Most of the time it is.
Yeah, most of the time.
Most of the time.
Not today, just my psychic. Nope. If you answer Prince on it, you're definitely wrong. So today's question is relating to Bobby's favorite potato chip. Okay, now it's not something she eats on a regular basis, but sometimes, we all get in the mood for a good potato chip. So, what is Bobby's favorite potato chip? If she, when she's just sitting there thinking, you know what, I just want a chip or two. Does she like sea salt chips? Does she like sour cream chips? Does she like cheddar chips? Does she like barbecue? Does she like salt and vinegar? Does she like plain or ketchup flavor?
Those are good choices.
And you've had them all.
Yeah, I have had them all.
I've seen you eat them all.
It's not all at once.
Well, no, not all at once, no. But I mean, I've seen you eat like different flavors. I want to try this one. I want to do this one. Sometimes it shocks me. I'm like, the one that, I'm like, wow, you eat different flavors. Okay, because I thought you were sticking with one.
Well, it seems like different flavors of chips are okay.
Yeah.
Different flavors of food is a whole other story.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah, food doesn't like me.
Mm-hmm.
Chips are okay. Chips are all right.
And I might throw one more question in there too.
Oh. Let's throw in another.
About you.
About me?
Or maybe I should throw one about me. Yeah, about you.
Okay.
All right. So Danetta said first thought was salt and vinegar. I'll give you 30 seconds. I'll give you 30 seconds to say, is that your final answer? Because you said your first thought.
Okay. That sounds good. So I'll be. I knew you were waiting. I knew you were waiting for me. Okay, let's see. See, now I got that in my head now because we talked about Aretha Franklin.
Uh-huh.
She and George Michael were jamming on that, though.
Yeah, they were. Yeah, they were.
They were jamming. Knew you were waiting. Knew you were waiting for me. That's a good answer. Wait till Sam C lifts his head. He's gonna laugh at that.
She said, I don't know, laugh out loud. With the Prince, like, nope, it's none of that. Come on, you can pick one out of. Well, okay, so I'm guessing the salt and vinegar is your final answer. Let me know if that's your final answer, because I'll let you know. Give you 10 seconds to answer me. No,
Heard about the party now, just east of Harlem. Dougie gonna be there, but you got to call him.
Doo-doo.
Even the soldiers need a break sometime.
She says the final answer.
Listen to the groove, y'all. Let it unwind your mind.
Doo-doo.
No intoxication, like I told you.
Okay. What song is this? But
what song is
okay, so salt and vinegar is incorrect. Bobby's favorite chip, believe it or not, is barbecue.
But it's a specific barbecue, though.
Yeah, that's right. She does eat 2 of these different kinds.
No, it's a specific barbecue out of all of those.
Any barbecue?
No.
Okay,
it's a specific brand.
Oh, brand.
I meant to say.
Well, it is barbecue. Well, barbecue.
No, you're right. Barbecue.
Just the wrong. Okay.
Barbecue is correct.
Okay.
Yes.
So the other part to that, since she just did that, we'll throw this as another question. The sweet and tangy kind?
I do like the sweet and tangy, but the brand is Miss Vicky's.
I don't know if they sell that everywhere.
I don't know if they sell it everywhere. It's very hard to get, of course. Obviously, I would like something that is impossible to get. And this particular brand does not, shockingly enough, upset my stomach.
And you don't see it in stores.
And you don't see it in the stores.
No.
And it costs $1 zillion if you try to buy it on Amazon.
Mm-hmm.
So you just hope. If you have what's called Jersey Mike's sandwiches in your area, then they sell it, or at least here in Pittsburgh.
Mm-hmm.
And the only other place I've ever seen it, shockingly enough, was at the community center.
Wow.
That's it. That's where I bought them. I'm like, what flavor is it? Well, that's barbecue. Okay, I'll give it a try. I'm like, I'm gonna pay for this because these are quite. I mean, they're not like spicy or anything, but they're kind of like how the Goldfish brand, you know, they have the flavor blasted goldfish.
Oh, there you go.
They're like
flavor. I used to be able to throw it out on some goldfish. Hey, don't get it twisted.
But like they've really like blast the flavor of barbecue into these chips.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, oh man, I'm gonna pay for this, but I don't care because these are delicious. And it did not upset my stomach. It was very shocking, I must say.
Yeah.
I would say
it's a barbecue.
Yes.
So the other question is, Yeah. So the other question is, what song from Prince was Bobby singing? Danetta said, I think our sandwich place Potbellies. That's an interesting name. I would go to that place. Potbellies sells them. They are good.
Yes, that's my favorite.
So what was the name of that Prince song that Bobby was singing?
I forgot the name of it myself. I know what album it was on. Okay, I wasn't sure if that was okay. Yeah, okay. It's funny because I was gonna type in the album. I was gonna type in the album and try to figure out which song it was singing. Okay, let's see. Dougie gonna be there, but you got to.
Any hints on what that song by Prince may be?
I like this one too.
I don't know the name. You know I'm old, right? No, that's not an answer. That's not an answer. If you're a Prince fan, you know that song, Danetta. Come on now, you're musically inclined too. No, you should know that. You should know that name of that song too. Yeah, I'm gonna put you on the spot.
Well, Danetta can actually sing it though.
I know.
Sing.
Well, I'm just saying, you're musically inclined too. You should know the name of that song. I'll give you 20. I'll give you 20 seconds.
East of Harlem.
You can throw a name of a song and write in the comments.
Be there, but you got to call him.
I don't think singing again is the name of the song. Oh, she's telling you to sing it again.
Even the soldiers need a break sometime. Listen to the groove, y'all. Let it unwind your mind.
Stop right there.
Okay.
Yeah, stop right there. You're revealing too much.
I did?
Well, I don't know. It depends on if Danetta's going to get the name. So Danetta, you have 30. I'll give you 30 seconds to put the name of the song that you think it is by Prince into the comments. If you get it, you get 10 points. And then there's one more question after that.
Okay. Sounds good.
Sorry, that is not an answer. Nope. Musicology. All right.
And of course, that was the title song
of the album.
Track of the album, also titled Musicology.
Yep. Actually, Danetta, that's not true about no points for you today because actually there's one more question.
But actually, Musicology, since I did pull it up, this is actually, I didn't know, it was the 28th studio album by Prince. And the album, which this part I did know, sorry, dear, because you didn't make it to the concert, but
she has to keep rubbing that part in.
The album was given to concert goers at his Musicology tour from March 27th to September 9th, 2004 in North America. However, a digital release followed 2 days after his tour started on March 29th, 2004. The physical retail version was released on April 19th of that year in Europe, April 20th that year in US by NPG Records and distributed by Columbia Records. Musicology was the first album in 5 years, 10 as Prince, that Prince released through a major label, Sony Music, and being partially recorded in Mississauga, Ontario, Canada, was his first to be recorded outside Minneapolis in many years. Musicology is R&B themed.
There you go. There you go. So, Musicology, yeah, and I missed that concert. I was working.
You were working.
Yeah, you and your sister went.
Yes, and some of her friends.
And some of her friends. Yep. Wow, good old Sam was working. I just literally had started work, I think, a few hours before that.
Yeah.
So I didn't get a chance to go. And
that's okay.
We're going to give Danetta a chance to see if she can win some more points here.
Okay, because there's other people here that could try to win points, but nobody's talking today. So.
That's why I said Danetta.
Yeah, so it's just Danetta going to win some points.
Yeah. So we have one more question we're going to put on here for today. And again, it's relating to Bobby. We'll see how well you know this one. What is Bobby's favorite choice of ice cream? What's her favorite flavor?
Oh.
Is her favorite ice cream flavor mint chocolate chip? Is it chocolate chip? Is it Rocky Road? Is it Chunky Monkey? Is it salted caramel? Is it chocolate? Is it chocolate almond? Which one of those choices is Bobby's go-to?
Or is it none of them?
Yeah, okay. Or is it none of them? We'll give you 30 seconds to answer that.
Too bad we don't have a DVD player anymore.
That's a good one.
Actually, I think I can find it on YouTube, right?
What?
Musicology.
Yeah.
I would imagine. Prince was not a fan of what? He wasn't a fan of releasing his music, just to any type of platform, of course. So that when when he died, then he obviously had no control over that, and people just went crazy just releasing his stuff.
Really?
And whatnot. Because if he was still alive, I guarantee most of that stuff that's on YouTube about him, if he didn't approve it, it wasn't happening.
Mm-hmm. So Danetta says, I was thinking butter pecan, but then I heard the choices. Yeah, I'd say, yeah, you lost. Well, you know what? I'll give you one more shot.
Did you say butter pecan?
I did not.
Oh.
Well, you said or others.
Oh.
Or another.
Or not, or none.
I'll give you, or none. I'll give you one more chance to see if you can win some points today. See if I'll read the choices again to you. So, is it mint chocolate chip, Rocky Road, Chunky Monkey, salted caramel, chocolate, or chocolate almond? Or, as Bobby said, none of those.
Speaking of chocolate, did you know that Prince did an album called The Chocolate Invasion?
No.
I didn't know about that. There's a lot of stuff about Prince that I just did not.
Where was that when he did that?
It was also in 2004. Even the soldiers. Tracks from the MPG Music Club Volume 1.
Now, I know for a fact.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, we'll give another. Wait a minute. Did she say something? I think she did.
Let it unwind your mind. No intoxication.
All right. She said mint chocolate. I'm sorry. That is incorrect. That is incorrect. I'm sorry. Yeah.
But that is somebody's favorite.
Yeah. Well, at least you guessed my favorite, but you get no points for that. Because it's related to Bobby. Actually, I'm going to tell you something. So, Bobby's favorite, because there's two that I mentioned here. chocolate almond is her absolute favorite. Okay, but if
Yummy,
she
yummy, yummy,
but if
yummy,
she
yummy,
can't
yummy,
have
yummy.
if she can't get chocolate almond, she will settle for chocolate. But
Yummy, yummy, yummy.
chocolate almond is her favorite.
Chocolate invasion.
Hmm. But the funny thing is, you mentioned two of my ice creams.
That's right.
So, but you get no points for that. So, because it wasn't relating to me. So, I can't ask those questions no more because you got it. So, mint chocolate chip is my absolute favorite. Butter pecan is in my top 5. So, thanks for mentioning my or guessing my favorite ice creams too.
I like butter pecan too.
That's in your top 5.
Yeah, I'll put it in the top 5.
Mm-hmm.
That's the same with Dad loves that one too.
She said, I almost said that.
Hey, no, that's good.
So, yeah, people give if you know me long enough, then you know that I keep talking. And every time I think about it, you think of the clues. I mean, let me do Keenan's version of R. Kelly. Think of all the clues that I throw out there.
No.
Okay, well, no, I'm going to say it this way. Think about it. You know,
I want to see that.
Okay, well, I talk about Ireland. I talk about green. You know,
Fighting Irish.
The Fighting Irish. I'm a big Notre Dame Fighting Irish fan. I love the Boston Celtics.
I guess just to guess mine is I'm chocolate complected and I'm a nut. I don't know what is.
I love anything. I love mint. You know, I love anything chocolate mint. Mm-hmm. You know, I mean, there are just so many clues. And I say, even during the course of a year, because I'll talk about it and I'll post it, and we'll post it on social media. Like, your Sam's ice cream, what did he get? Okay, mostly I will get mint chocolate chip because that is my favorite.
This one hair in your mustache is going crazy. It's sticking out like the mustaches do this that come up. It's starting to do that. No, you prefer it to go down, right? You don't want it to be that.
No, that is funny. So I think we had a lot of fun here today.
Agreed.
We'll check on later on. I guess I'll check on our friend and see what happened there for today. Hope she's okay.
Yeah.
But we had fun anyway.
Of course.
But
absolutely.
As we always do. So also before we go, the newest edition of Pandemic Press Media Magazine is on the way. It's going to be our winter 2025 edition coming soon. And
we're still waiting for ours to come in.
Yeah. How is that even possible?
I don't know.
They don't like us.
No.
Now, how are we the ones that are delayed getting our own copy?
Let me look and see if I can find out.
Yeah. But the good news is that we already have we know there is going to be someone gracing the cover.
Mm-hmm.
So we already have that down pat. It's just a matter of just getting all the other stuff together. But when it comes out, this person was thrilled to be part of this magazine, and I didn't know how thrilled they were going to be, quite honestly. But it just kind of exceeded my expectations of how excited they were, because the person even said to me, they said, OMG, yes. That was the
yes.
Yes. Yes. That was the
I got
statement.
a lot of stuff I want to watch right now.
That was the statement that this person said. So Denota said, rogue hair. And then she said, I have to catch up on collecting the latest editions. And she said, oh, that's sweet. So, but other than that, I will be trying to work on Love Notes at some point to get that. See, mint condition. What does that tell you? See, another clue. I've given you so many different clues. I'm just joking. But I've given you Andy's candies.
I kept you locked in the closet. Age ain't nothing but a number. Feeling on your booty. and so many other clues.
Oh man.
Boy, Keenan really did he did.
You know, if we ever had him, I don't think I could keep a straight face.
No, because he's ridiculous.
He could say hi, and I would just probably laugh.
Yeah, you probably just start laughing.
Like, what you laughing for?
What you laughing
I'm not
at,
even trying
man?
to be funny. No, but you are funny.
You're hysterical.
You're just, you know.
You are hysterical.
She's like, Danetta's asking, do I like chocolate mint candy too? Yeah.
Oh boy, does he?
Yeah, I do.
If they give, sometimes and after dinner they'll give you that in some restaurants.
Like Andy's candies.
I just hand it
right to me. Yep, I just stick my hand out like this.
You also like the Girl Scout.
Oh yeah, Thin Mint Girl Scout cookies, which I think the prices are going up on them.
$6 a box right now.
$6 a box. Isn't that kind of high?
I just bought some.
Oh, you did?
Mm-hmm.
I should have had you buy me one.
We never eat them.
Yeah, well, it's like when I buy them, I keep forgetting they're there. You know, I don't know where I put them whenever we.
Let me just buy them in support.
Yeah.
I'll just give them to my coworker at the community center. You know who?
Yeah.
He'll eat it.
Yeah.
He and his brothers will eat it, so it's fine.
Yeah.
Because we won't. We'll forget. We'll each eat one or two, and then they'll just slide back into the back of the refrigerator.
Say that's highway robbery.
That's highway robbery.
See? Yeah, I got you.
I know. They used to be like $3 or something.
You know, they keep inching them up. Next thing they're gonna be like $15.
And people will come at you too, especially if their kids are selling it. Like,
like, here, you want this?
And
I'll be like, I'll be right back.
And I know a lot of kids.
Yeah.
A lot of families. Like, I already bought some.
I'm like, so how many orders did you buy?
So far, just one person approached me.
Mm-hmm.
So that's only one. Hey, estimated time for when our thing is coming.
End of the month?
Tuesday.
Oh.
By 9s, which means probably next Friday. But then again, I wonder, because of the wildfires.
They're not coming from there.
Okay, now how about the south?
They're coming from the East Coast.
Oh, okay, so we're good then.
They're coming from like Massachusetts.
How is their weather?
Just like ours.
Oh, okay. Do they know how to drive in the snow?
Yeah.
Okay.
They should.
Okay.
It's a New England state.
Oh yeah, that's true.
They're familiar with it. They get more snow than we do.
Okay, that's cool.
At least some of those states do.
That's cool.
So it's on our side.
It's on the way then.
That's good. I'll be waiting for it. I'll be looking for it.
I didn't realize that I had ordered it. I thought you wanted to do a touch up on one of the pictures, but then you said no, that's it. So I ended up ordering it kind of late, but I'm really surprised that it's taking that. Like, I still feel like, even though I actually ordered it on Dad's birthday, it's on the 28th, and it's the 11th.
I knew it wasn't going to. I knew it was going to be delayed.
I mean, but so let me see. So Dad's birthday was the last Saturday of the month, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So that's going
2 weeks ago. 2
weeks. So shouldn't it have come today? Don't they usually?
They're normally about 2-3 weeks.
Well, it's going to be 3 weeks now.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Going into the.
It's going into the third week now.
Yeah.
So.
But yes. Anyway.
Anyway.
Thank you guys for tuning in today. We had a lot of fun. Hope you guys enjoyed what we did today here on the show. We'll have another contest for you soon. And make sure you click like, share, and subscribe to our channel. Hit the bell for notifications. And to those of you who have subscribed to the channel already, thank you. And those of you who are watching today, hello. And like I said,
thank you for joining us.
Thank you for joining us. And again, I will be trying to get love notes out for you guys tomorrow. So stay tuned for that. And then during the course of the week, make sure you follow up on this channel and make sure you keep tabs and set your notifications for Tuesday Talks with Bobby D. You have etiquette class coming this week with Bobby D. Another coverage critiques Another Cooking Phone, Mrs. Cubbage and Laura Willing will be back live next Saturday right here on our show, 10 a.m. Eastern Time. Let me repeat that, 10 a.m. Eastern Time for the CCI radio show. And Danetta said, I enjoyed per usual. I needed this fix. Enjoy your weekend. Well, we appreciate you. Thank you for tuning in, and we're glad that we make your Saturday worthwhile.
And I swear your box is coming, Danetta, but you're going to laugh because
we've talked about that.
Well, not only that, like we know what you ordered, but you're going to get a bigger box. Let's just say it's going to be some surprises in that box
because the box is bigger, and we're like, you know what, because you've waited so long, we figure we might as well add some extra Cubbage touch
absolutely
to it, if you will. So you'll find some extra things
that is
in
correct.
there. Hopefully you'll enjoy the extra things that you some other freebies.
Especially if it's any longer, we make her wait. I'm going to add more things to that box.
Yeah, some extra freebies.
So I better get it out. That's going to be, so I better hurry up and get it out.
Before the summer hits.
Before the summer hits. And then I'll have a box. What? All I did was order some soap. My goodness gracious. How big is this soap?
Yeah, you're gonna have about 2-3 months of our life in there. You'll be sitting in the air. Things we like.
We'll be putting like extra furniture. Does Danetta need a lamp? Yeah, I like this lamp. She likes Minnie and Mickey Mouse. Let's get it. Okay.
She likes this little table here.
She likes Minnie and Mickey Mouse are on this table here. Let's just put that in the box.
She'd be like, wait a minute, are these like Reebok sneakers?
Right. I don't know what size shoe Danetta wears, but if I did see
there's some purple sneakers.
I don't think that's Danetta's wear, but if I saw Mickey and Minnie shoes, I would have put them in the box. Like, this is Mickey. This is so cute. She would love this.
You can always frame them. Put them in a glass
So stuff
frame.
just keeps ending up in that box, Danetta. So it is all my fault. I'm sorry. Please forgive me. I do not blame Samuel.
I take the blame.
I take the blame. It is my fault. It's fine. So you're just gonna laugh because you'll have your actual order is in that box, but then there's others. You'll be surprised. There's something Mickey hiding in the box. There's some other little. You're gonna forget what it is.
You Woodstock in there too, hiding out there.
You're gonna forget what you ordered when it's like, oh, did I order this? We'll have our TV remote will be in there. some scissors, bottles of water.
Yeah,
boy, this is a heavy box. The last time they sent me soap, it wasn't this heavy. Goodness gracious.
She said she feels so special. Thanks. I'm so excited. I'm patient and grateful. And she's laughing. And she says, I have Cinderella stepsister's feet, size 10.
Cinderella stepsister.
And shoes these days, I used to be a 9.5.
That's actually, believe it or not, Danetta, that's technically like between sizes like 8 and 10. They consider that normal for the ladies. You know what I mean?
And she said, not the remote.
I'll be like, where did my phone go?
What's this piece of carpet doing in here?
What is
this?
Then I'll be like,
what's this shag rug?
So that I'll have all of my IDs for work. Bobby put all her work ID. Where did I put my work ID?
Better yet, like she would she'll
like
look in
pictures
there,
from the children.
Pictures from the children. She's like, oh no, not the disco ball.
The disco ball.
Disco ball in there.
I didn't know Sam and Bobby had a disco ball. That's just
you never
2025 on it. It's like it's
Happy New Year.
Oh, Danetta, it's a shame.
As long as you don't ship your neighbors, I'm good. If you want us to ship,
we can ship them to a different address. So you give us an address far away from you, but it doesn't have to even be in your state. It could be in the neighborhood.
Can't find address.
Right.
Just get lost.
Well, as long as it doesn't come back. That's all we want. Don't come back.
You lost.
Danetta will be like, isn't that the cup Bobby drinks from on the show?
So,
Her lipstick is on it and everything.
yes. So, well, guys, anyway, yeah, thank you so much for joining us. We had some fun too. And yeah, anything else you want to say, Bobby D? I just want to say good luck, Steelers, tonight.
Yes, no, that's all. That's all for me. That's all I have. Thank you so much for joining us.
She's a return.
Yeah, we don't want them to return. Don't
Yeah,
want
right.
them to return. And only one is left today, believe it or not. So
Talk about that.
mhm. So anyway, thank you for joining us. Yesterday's history, tomorrow's a mystery. Today is a gift. That's why we call it the present. And that's why we put all those things into Janetta's box. Because today is a gift.
One of these things is not like the other.
Not gonna start again. Yes, forgot where I ended.
Yesterday's
history, tomorrow's a mystery. Today is a gift. That's why we call it the present. Thank you so much for joining us today. And I'm sure we'll find something else to put into that box. Every day, something new goes into that box for Donetta. And we need to put a little bigger box and pick up a little bigger box. Do I have another box from?
These are a few of my favorite things.
When the dog bites, when the bee
Like, what's these
stings.
100 things in this box?
I'm like, these are a few of the Coverage's favorite things in this box. We've got cookies, we've got cell phones and water bottles.
She said my glasses.
Your glasses might be in there.
You might see my glasses there. I've got an old pair. Might see them.
It could be this pair.
Could be that. It could be.
As long as Donetta
if I get a new pair.
As long as Donetta is nearsighted, then she could wear these.
Yeah, she wouldn't be able to use these.
She would be able to.
No.
No.
Mm-mm.
No.
Nope.
You sure?
Yep.
She might be.
Mm-mm.
No. Okay. No.
Mm-mm.
Absolutely not.
Nope.
Mm-mm. Was she returned to sender?
Yeah, she'd be like, you should have never sent these. So.
Thank you for joining us. And especially Donetta for being here. And hello to the lurkers. We wish you would have said something. We would have loved for you to join in. But
she's nearsighted.
Nearsighted like you.
Mm-hmm.
There you go.
All right.
Maybe it'll work.
Maybe. But I'm not sending her these.
But I'm not sending her these. So thank you so much for joining us. And hello to the lurkers. Thank you for joining us too. Thank you for giving us the numbers. We appreciate it. We appreciate it. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Have an amazing, amazing, amazing Saturday, everybody. We will see you soon.